Hi there. So this is Catherine today, and I am going to be recording Seitai Season 2, Episode 1, October 22nd. Scene 1. Seitai's room early morning. A thin ribbon of gray light slides through the paper screens. The room is clean, spare, monastic. Quiet enough that every small sound feels like a confession. Seitai Hirorota lies awake, staring at the ceiling as if it might offer negotiations. Bird stands on the floor beside her like a tiny guard posted on duty. He watches her with intense seriousness of an animal who believes vigilance can prevent tragedy. Seitai sits up slowly. A faint wave of nausea passes through her, not dramatic, not enough to justify attention, just enough to be noticed. She breathes in through her nose, careful. Bird tilts his head, studying her. Seitai, dry to herself, 30. She lets the word sit there. Seitai continued, still alive, how irritating. Bird gives a short, satisfied chirp as if approving the continued inconvenience of her survival. Seitai swings her legs over the side of the bed and stands. Her body is steadier than months ago, but not as steady as it pretends. She smooths her robe. She checks herself like a soldier checks armor. Bird immediately moves to her side. Seitai, don't look so proud. You didn't save me. Seitai stares at her, unblinking. Seitai continued. Fine, you helped. Bird chirps, victorious. Seitai opens the door and steps out. Scene 2. Monastery hallway continues. The monastery is awake. Footsteps, soft murmurs, the faint scent of rice and broth and incense braided together. Seitai walks with careful economy of someone who knows what costs to fall. Bird keeps perfect pace. A passing sister bows. Seitai returns. No one says happy birthday. No one sings. No one makes a fuss. This place doesn't do fuss. Seitai. Scene 3. Kitchen entry. Morning. The kitchen is warm and alive. Steam rising. Pot clinking. Quiet efficiency. Seitai steps aside. Several sisters glance. One smiles like she's been holding in all morning. Sister Aki, 20s, sharp eye, kind, seated, is already at the table with tea. She watches Seitai with particular concern, reserved for people who have almost died once already. A small spoon carrier sits on the counter, new, not monastery made. Sister Aki, a delivery came for you. Seitai eyes flick to the carrier. She doesn't move at first. Seitai, from who? Sister Aki answers like it's obvious. The palace. That lands differently, not dramatic, heavy. They remembered I'm mortal. Bird hops forward, suspicious. Sister Aki opens the carrier. Inside a pigeon, gray and neat, blinking in confusion, very alive. It makes a soft coo. Bird freezes. His entire body seems to tighten with outrage. Seitai stares, then exhales, and then exhales a laugh she didn't plan to have. Seitai, a pigeon. Sister Aki, a peace bird. Seitai, a prison bird, more like it's in a box. Bird makes a sharp sound, half warning, half accusation. Sister Aki. To Bird, it's not a meal, it's a gift. Bird responds with a chirp that clearly translates to that is a technicality. Seitai reaches in gently careful not to startle it. The pigeon steps on out onto her hand. It's light and warm. For a second, Seitai's expression softens in a way she doesn't usually allow anyone to see. Seitai, hello. Bird leans in, glaring at the pigeon. like it has stolen his position in the universe. Seitai. Bird, don't. Bird gives an offended little sound. Seitai continued. I mean it. Bird holds a stare, then quickly. Then slowly he looks away as if granting mercy. Sister Aki tries not to smile. Seitai. Your parents asked that it stay with you today. Seitai. So it can watch me age. Bird chirps. Seitai continued. Yes, you too. Scene 4. Breakfast prep. Seitai moves to the serving counter. A sister plates breakfast, rice, and a piece of salmon, simple, nourishing, and the kind of food that keeps you alive without making a speech about it. The sister hesitates, then adds a bit more rice than usual, a bit more egg. Seitai notices. She does not comment. She takes the tray and Bird trots alongside like an escort. The pigeon is safely in its carrier near the wall, where it can be seen but not see too much. Bird's glancing back at it as if it's an untrustworthy ambassador. Scene 5. Dining hall. The dining hall is modest but orderly. Sisters sit at long tables. The mood is quiet, warm, normal, almost. Seitai sits at her usual cluster. Sister Aki nearby. Sister Mari at the front, standing with folded paper. A small cake sits at the table near Saiti's place. Homemade, plain, slightly uneven, topped with a layer of frosting and a few pieces of fruit. It looked like someone made it quickly, carefully, and with love. Seitai stops. She looks at it as it might be a trap. Sister Mari, 30s, 40s, earnest, practical, proud, in a restrained way. It's for you. Seitai, why? Because you're 30. Seitai's mouth twitches. Seitai, that's a horrible reason. Sister Mari lifts her chin. I baked it this morning before prayer. Seitai, that's either love or insanity. Sister Mari, both. A few sisters chuckle softly. Sister Aki leans closer, half teasing. Sister Aki, don't be frightened. It's not a big celebration. Seitai glances. No candles, no singing, no ceremony. Seitai, we don't do birthdays. Sister Aki, we do birthdays on the 1st of every month. Sister Mari, you already had your candle. Sister Aki, today you get a cake. Seitai looks at the cake again. Her face softens just a fraction. Seitai, dangerous generosity. Bird hops onto the bench beside her, eyeing the cake with intense interest. Seitai to Bird, you're not invited. Bird chirps, openly disagreeing. Seitai begins eating her breakfast, rice, salmon, eggs. The sisters around her chat quietly, a normal day, a normal lie. Scene 6. The news reading. Sister Mari unfolds a local paper, clears her throat, and begins to read. Her voice is steady and ritualized. The news is liturgy. Sister Mari, local notice. The war criminal proceedings continue in the capital. Additional testimonies were heard this week. The hall goes quiet in the way that it always does when the past is dragged by the collar. Sister Mari continued. Military Governor Douglas Keene remains in office pending review. No date has been announced for his replacement. A few sisters exchange looks. That name carries weight. Military, rule, occupation, authority. On the ongoing shadow of temporary power that never feels temporary. Seitai keeps eating. Her jaw tightens slightly. Bird is still listening, even if he doesn't understand. Sister Mari turns the page. Health advisory. The number of cancer cases has increased this month. Physicians report unusual concentration along former blast routes and refugee corridors. A subtle shift ripples through the room, like draft under a door. Sister Aki, seated beside Seitai, looks at her and quickly away. Sister Mari, officials advise calm. The cause remains unconfirmed. Citizens experience fatigue, weight loss, bleeding, or persistent illness are advised to. Her voice continues, but Seitai only hears pieces now. Fatigue, weight loss, bleeding. Seitai's stomach rolls. She keeps her face composed. She has been slightly sick. Nothing dramatic. Nothing but nothing she couldn't ignore. She has been ignoring it. Sister Aki inches towards Seitai's arm but doesn't touch it. Seitai breathes in. She does not look at her. Don't. Her voice is calm, not cruel, a boundary. Sister Aki withdraws her hand like she has been burned. Scene 7. A drop of blood. A silence opens in Seitai's head. She feels it before it happens, a small warmth at her nostrils. Wrong and sudden. Then a drop of blood falls. It lands on the table with tiny, obscene finality. A red blood against plain wood. For a second, the entire dining hall stops breathing. Bird head snaps towards the drop. He huffs up, offended, angry, as if the blood was an intruder. Sister Mari's voice falters. Just one beat. Sister Mari, advise you seek medical attention. She forces herself to continue, but the spell of normalcy has been shattered. Sister Aki, face goes pale. Sister Aki, a whisper, almost involuntary. Not you too. Seitai picks up her cloth calmly and wipes her nose. She looks at the blood on the table. She's assessing a chess move. Then she wipes the table. One motion, controlled, efficient, as if in a race. Bird makes a sharp, furious chirp. Seitai, low to Bird. Stop that. Bird does not stop. He pecks at the table once, hard. Sister Aki's eyes are wet. She blinks it back, fiercely like a soldier. Seitai sets the cloth down and returns to her breakfast. Rice, salmon, eggs. Her hands are steady. Her face is steady. The sisters around her, after a moment that feels like a lifetime, resume chatting too. Loudly, too quickly, too normal. They talk of chores, about laundry, about a cracked pot, about the weather. They do this because they love her. They do because they are terrified. Seitai chews slowly, swallows, chews again, and Bird watches her like a memorizing a face. Seitai's internal decision. Scene 8. Seitai's internal decision. Seitai's thoughts are quiet, sharp, and unavoidable. She tries to ignore the sickness. She told herself it was stress, a cold, a memory of her body, anything. But the body does not care what lies you tell. She looks at breakfast and suddenly aware of how hard it is to keep eating while the future is moving around you. Around the hall, the pigeon carrier sits near the wall. The pigeon coos softly, restlessly, a peace bird, a reminder that people still send gifts instead of apologies. Bird shifts closer to Seitai, pressing against her leg. Like a small oath, Seitai swallows again, her throat tight, not from emotion, not from sick, from familiar dread of knowing. She sets her chopsticks down. She wipes her hand carefully. She stands. The sisters fall quiet as they register what isn't normal morning movement. This decision. Sister Aki looks down at her, trying to be brave. Sister Aki, do you want me to come with her? Seitai pauses. The simplest answer would be yes. The truest answer would be yes. But Seitai's pride and fear rises. Twin blades. No. A beat. Then softer. Seitai continued. Yes. Sister Aki swallows her own fear. Bird hops down from the bench and takes a position at Seitai's side like a soldier ready to march. Seitai turns toward the hall that leads to healers. The doorway looks ordinary, but she knows doors like this. Doors turn your life into before and after. She stopped at the threshold. For a moment, she was not a public figure, not a survivor, not a symbol. She is a woman on her 30th birthday. Seitai, I'm not doing this again. But Bird chirps twice. Fierce, absolute, as he was saying, we are. Seitai steps forward. Cut to black.